Stop studying English. Throw away your grammar books right now. You are wasting years of your life fighting the completely wrong enemy. There is one invisible, toxic habit silently paralyzing your mouth, and if you do not kill it today, you will never become fluent. Let me explain. There is a silent, invisible disease living inside your mind right now. It is quietly killing your confidence, destroying your opportunities, and making you feel completely inadequate every time you open your mouth to speak English. And the most shocking part? You probably do not even realize it is happening because the traditional school system actually trained you to do it. Welcome back to Glaze English. We are here to uncover the truth about fluency. If you want to finally break free from your silence and support us in creating more videos that change lives, please hit that subscribe button right now. Your support gives us the absolute motivation to keep guiding you on this journey. I know exactly how this invisible trap feels because I lived trapped inside it for years. I remember the exact panic. You are standing in front of someone and they ask you a very simple question. Suddenly, your palms sweat, your heart beats faster, your brain is racing, but your mouth is completely frozen. You stand there in awkward silence, feeling embarrassed, wishing you could just disappear into the floor. Afterwards, we always blame ourselves. We tell ourselves the same lie over and over again, thinking we just need to memorize more vocabulary, or we just need to master another complex grammar rule. We thought, if we just studied harder, the words would come. We were completely wrong. The real enemy blocking your fluency is not a lack of words. The real enemy is the heavy, exhausting machine running inside your head. It is called mental translation. Let me expose how this machine destroys your speech. First, you hear English. Then, you drag those words back into your native language. Next, you slowly build a reply in your mother tongue. Finally, you desperately search for the right English words to translate it back out. But by the time this slow, clunky machine finishes its job, the conversation has already moved on. You missed the moment. Today, we are going to permanently destroy that machine. We are going to completely rewire how your brain processes language, moving you away from being an exhausted translator to becoming a direct thinker. To achieve this massive shift, we first need to unlearn our adult habits and look closely at the ultimate masters of language. Have you ever noticed how children pick up a language without touching a single grammar book? They learn fast because they do not have a base language pulling them backward. They experience the world directly. When a child sees water, they do not think about the word in a native tongue first. They feel the physical sensation of thirst, see the clear liquid, and connect it instantly to the sound. I realized I had to train my stubborn adult brain to do the exact same thing. I stopped naming objects around my house in my own language. When I picked up my keys, I forced myself to bind the object straight to the English word. When my stomach growled, I stopped translating the feeling and simply thought, I am hungry. At the beginning, it felt frustrating because my ego fought back. I had this desperate desire to sound smart and highly educated. I used to spend so much mental energy trying to build long, beautiful, complex sentences in my head, and that habit completely ruined my ability to speak naturally. I had to learn a very painful lesson about communication. Fluency is never about complexity. It is entirely about speed and flow. I had to swallow my pride and force myself to start thinking in stupidly simple terms. Stop trying to run before you can walk. Instead of trying to think, the atmosphere outside is rather pleasant today, I just looked at the sky and thought, nice weather. Short, basic thoughts require absolutely zero translation. They move fast, and that natural speed removes the heavy mental pressure that usually paralyzes your mind. But simple thinking is only part of the solution, because your brain also needs constant fuel. For years, I made the excuse that I could not become fluent because I did not live in the United States. I finally understood that an English environment is not a physical place on a map. It is a mental bubble you build around yourself. Fill your daily life with simple English audio. But do not just listen passively. Actively interact with it during your dead time. When you are walking down the street or waiting in line, talk back to those voices in your mind. Keep your internal dialogue locked into that English frequency, actively blocking out the comfortable noise of your native language. Once you have successfully built that internal English bubble, the next terrifying challenge is pushing those silent thoughts out into the real world. Thinking silently in English is a massive victory. But if you stop there, you will still freeze when a real human being stands in front of you. I had to learn the hard way that our brain and our mouth are two completely different biological machines. Your brain might understand the language perfectly, but your tongue, lips, and facial muscles have absolutely zero physical muscle memory for these new sounds. The only way I fixed this disconnect was by doing something that made me feel absolutely crazy. I started talking to myself out loud every single day. I would walk around my empty room, narrating my ordinary life. I am putting on my shoes. The floor is cold. I need to leave now. It felt deeply uncomfortable and silly at first, but I soon realized that self-speaking is the safest practice arena in the entire world, because there is no one there to judge your errors. You do not need a speaking partner to build physical muscle memory. You just need the courage to hear your own voice. And hearing your own voice make mistakes leads us to the biggest psychological wall I had to smash: the toxic obsession with perfection. For the longest time, I suffered from the disease of waiting. Someone would ask me a simple question, and I would pause, desperately trying to construct a grammatically flawless masterpiece in my head before speaking. But here is the brutal truth that changed my life forever. Perfect English is painfully slow, but natural English is fast. I had to create a strict 3-second rule for myself. If someone asked me a question, I forced my mouth to open and respond within 3 seconds, no matter what. How was your weekend? It was good. What are you doing? Just resting. It did not matter if my sentence structure was completely broken or if I used the vocabulary of a beginner. I actively chose speed over safety. I realized that in real human connection, a long, frozen silence is far more awkward than a misplaced verb. When you force yourself to react instantly with messy words, you finally kill the hesitation that keeps you trapped. Once you shatter that toxic need for perfection and force yourself to speak fast, your next battle is making sure that new speed never leaves you again. For a long time, I treated English like a heavy academic subject. I would lock myself in my room every Sunday studying grammar books for 4 agonizing hours, and then I would ignore the language completely for the rest of the week. That approach left me exhausted and stuck. I had to realize that our brain operates exactly like a physical muscle in the gym. You cannot lift heavy weights once a month and expect your body to transform. Fluency is built entirely on relentless daily repetition. I stopped the marathon study sessions and switched to short daily bursts. 10 minutes of focused English thinking on a Tuesday morning will always create deeper neural pathways than 3 hours of panicked studying on a Sunday night. I forced myself to create tiny daily rituals, weaving the language into my mundane routines until my brain stopped treating it as a foreign threat. But the absolute climax of my journey happened when I decided to hack my brain's ultimate default setting. Even when I was practicing daily, I noticed a frustrating pattern. Whenever something sudden happened, like if I accidentally dropped a coffee cup or stubbed my toe, my involuntary gasp of shock was always in my mother tongue. My native language was still my absolute default. I realized that to achieve true fluency, I had to reprogram my deepest, most automatic reactions. I started forcing my brain to react to sudden events in English. If I dropped my keys, I trained my mind to instantly think, "Oh no." If I saw something beautiful, my immediate mental reaction had to be, "Wow." This sounds ridiculously small, but it is the hardest thing to do because you are fighting your own biology. Then I took it a step further. I started processing my personal problems in English. If I was stressed about my job, I had that internal argument using English words. When you do this, something magical happens inside you. You cross a vital threshold. You transition from treating English as a difficult tool you have to use to actually living your real life through it. Once you finally begin living your life through the language, you are ready for the ultimate psychological breakthrough, completely destroying your old identity. For years, whenever I met someone new, I immediately apologized and said, "I am just an English learner." I thought I was being humble, but I was actually building a mental prison. By repeating that phrase, I cemented the identity of a struggling student deep inside my mind. A learner hesitates. A learner doubts their words. A learner waits for permission to speak. I realized that to become fluent, I had to violently strip away that title. You must mentally put on the identity of a confident speaker long before your grammar actually catches up. Stop telling the world you are learning. Start telling yourself, "I am an English speaker." It is not arrogance. It is psychological survival. When you truly believe you are a speaker, you stop hiding and you start taking risks. This journey will be tough, and the motivation you feel right now will disappear by tomorrow morning. Motivation always fades, but daily action remains. Do not just close this screen, feel inspired for 5 minutes, and let the old silence take over again. Start right now, in this exact second, by forming your very next thought in English. If this story helped you see a way out of the darkness, do not keep it a secret. Share it with a friend who is still suffocating in that silent trap of mental translation. Join our community of brave people who refuse to stay quiet, and let us conquer the fear of speaking together. Looking back at this entire journey, the deepest lesson I have learned is that true fluency is never about accumulating knowledge. It is about absolute surrender. We spend so much time building high walls of grammar rules and vocabulary lists to protect ourselves from making embarrassing mistakes. But those same walls are exactly what keep us completely trapped in a cage of silence. Fluency happens the exact moment you finally surrender your desperate need to be perfect and choose to simply be human. How do you apply this massive shift to your daily life right now? Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, do not reach for a textbook. Look around your room and narrate your reality. When you are commuting to your job, use the shadowing technique to listen to a simple audio track and instantly echo the words out loud. Do not stop to analyze the sentence structure. Just feel the physical rhythm of the new language moving in your mouth. Bring English out of the notebook and into the sweat of your real life. Whether you are outside tending to your garden, figuring out a complicated technical problem at work, or just sitting down to discuss household matters with your family, name those everyday actions and thoughts in English. Stop waiting for a perfect, quiet classroom environment. Make your messy, beautiful, ordinary life your permanent classroom. You are no longer preparing to speak English one day in the distant future. You are speaking it today. Before you go, I want to ask you one very simple question. What is the one daily routine or small moment in your day that you are going to commit to doing completely in English from now on? Please take a second to write your answer down in the comment section below so we can all read your ideas, learn from your unique perspective, and inspire each other to finally take action. If this message resonated with you and gave you a clear path forward, please subscribe to Glaze English. Your support is what gives us the absolute drive and motivation to keep creating videos that help you break your silence forever.